We are live.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, I see it says live.
Coming to you
Yeah.
live from my apartment. It's Rob as the podcast.
Ah, nice one.
Uh, Reid and I
I
are
don't
here
have.
to recap Big
Yes.
Brother 20. I have a bunch of notes right here.
Yes.
We've never done this before, and it says we have 0 viewers right now.
Should we send it out?
I shared it with like Joel and Jocelyn, a friend of mine.
Cool. I told Joel about it too.
Okay, cool. I don't know
hmm
how we can see if people put on live chat.
I don't know.
We're new to this.
Yes.
Clicking on settings. No, that doesn't do anything. Chat. Okay. Okay. I think I see where people can chat on here on group chat. I don't know. Maybe it'll
Okay.
work.
Maybe. You never know.
Okay. All about experiment.
Yes.
Okay, Reid. Let's talk about Big Brother 20.
Let's do it.
So at the start of the season, before the season started, there was a lot of speculation over will there be vets because this was their 20th season, and there was ultimately no vets at all because of how terrible last season one was with Paul.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And the house design, they had a rock climbing sliding door, and before they put the have not room in, there was a fidget spin wall.
That was a little interesting. A
Yeah.
little dated now.
Yeah. Oh, look, we have one viewer.
We do.
Yes. To this one viewer, if you could just chat something so we can just find out where the chat is.
Yes, and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, I'll try to like see if I can view it from my tablet right here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna turn the sound off on my tablet just so I don't hear myself talking. Oh, it's Joel.
It's Joel. Hi, Joel. How?
On my tablet, Joel says in all caps, "Who's the one viewer? I'll shoot them."
Oh yeah, I see that too. Yeah, I have it like open in another window.
Okay, cool. Oh, and Joel just sent me a thumbs up on Messenger. Thanks,
Cool.
man. Oh gosh, how do we see? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna look at the group chat on here on my tablet.
Right. I
So,
can, I can see the
can you see the
chat.
comments from your browser?
Yeah, because I have two windows open, so I can see what Joel says.
Oh, okay. So we'll
Yeah.
just rely on you.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So I just closed my browser. So, okay. Thanks for joining us, Joel.
Yes. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. So I'll just rely on you to say whatever viewers say, and feel free to add any questions, Joel, if you want.
Yes. Questions are they would be very helpful
Yeah.
for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you want, Joel, just put your email in the chat, and I'll invite you if you want to join.
He's doing laundry right now, apparently. So shout out to Joel doing laundry.
All right, multitasking. Good.
Yes.
Okay. So, Reid, what was your reaction to no vets being in this cast?
I thought that with the cast this year, it worked. I would have liked to see vets because it was like the 20th season, but I think it was smart for a refresher to have no one, unlike in past years when the vets would just carry themselves to the very end. So it was nice to see no vets as a refresher. But I think definitely next year they'll need to do something to bring some people back.
Yeah, I told you this before, but I was really hoping that they would have 20 house guests. Because they could have made
Yes.
that work, especially since it was 99 days.
Mm-hmm. They definitely could have made that work for sure. And like I think it definitely was not it was underwhelming for the 20th year, I think, for the start of the season having just like just a normal new cast. But I think that a lot of the pre-jury members were very entertaining to watch. So it did help because of that, which was good.
So all the house guests get in the house, and they have their first competition where the winner gets to choose 8 house guests who will be safe for the first week, but they must choose it based on groups of 4 of the groups of 4 that went into the Big Brother house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Swaggy C wins, but it comes down to him and Angela in the finals. And as soon as Swaggy wins, he says, "Don't worry, Angela, you're safe," and then doesn't pick Angela. Not really the way you want to start out. He basically promised
Definitely not.
more people than he could that, yeah, you're safe. And then and so I wrote it down that he saves himself, Casey, Rockstar, Brett, Scotty, Haley, Fessel, and Rachel, leaving Sam, Steve, Tyler, Bailey, Caitlin, Angela, JC, and Winston vulnerable.
Yes, I definitely Swiggy. He had a plan going in, and I think it would have worked if it wasn't for that. Like he should have. He kind of ran his mouth a little bit too much at the start, I think.
Did you hear my cat there?
Yeah, I heard that.
She went out of my bedroom and accidentally closed the door a little too soon. You didn't want that. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So we also get these early punishments. Casey has a weird outfit where if some wheel starts spinning, she has to stay in that room she's in for several hours.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam is a robot.
I liked the idea of having like someone as a robot for the first week because it's like one of the most important weeks to have like to first get connections and bond with people. I mean, I was kind of sad that it was Sam because I felt bad. Later on in the season, I wasn't sad because she turned out to be
Yeah.
psycho. But at the start, I felt bad it was her. If it was something like a Brett, if Brett was that robot, I think it would have became more entertaining or more interesting than just Sam because you just kind of felt bad for Sam because she didn't really have much to do. It did help her because she stayed in because people felt bad for her, I think. But
It got her the power app.
yeah, I got her the power up exactly. America loved her, and then she went psycho. So
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep track of what we're going to talk about. So when Sam was miserable as a robot, I felt bad for her, and I thought she needs like a Hail Mary at this point, and she gets that power up. And Rhea, tell me if you remember this. I think for that episode where we're seeing who's going to get what power app, there's suddenly an emergency alert on my TV.
I remember you telling me about that. I didn't get that, but I remember you telling me about that. What do you think about that?
It was about something about tornadoes or something in Ontario. I don't think it was anything in Kingston. It was like, I'm trying to watch this and see what the power is and what it's about. Like, wait,
so
5 minutes.
yeah, you just didn't understand. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. So Tyler is going to win the first HOH. I think he came in. He was scared because surfer dudes in the past haven't done so well in Big Brother, like David from BB15.
Yes.
And he got the first HOH. Made a few deals. We also see level 6 get formed. It got formed by Winston, which is ironic because the Alliance backstabbed him first.
Yeah, I think Winston was definitely the worst member of level 6.
Mm-hmm.
And although it was a good alliance, I don't know, I think Winston, especially him and having that connection with Brett at the start, kind of was not good for his game in level 6, especially.
Yeah. So you also get Faute formed. What did you think of that alliance name?
I don't even know what it means. What does Faute mean? Do you know?
It was supposed to stand for 5 of us to the end.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Stupid name. I hated that name for sure.
Yeah, JC said in his post-interview with Taryn on Rama's podcast, it annoyed him a little bit because people said, "Oh, level 6, one of the greatest lines in Big Brother history," but it's like, they were against Faute. What did you expect?
Yeah, I think if on any other season, level 6 wouldn't have done as well. But because they were against Faute, which is one of the worst alliances that made it that far. Like there's a lot of alliances that like die off after 1 or 2 weeks, but like the fact that they made it that far and were so bad, it was just it just kind of like gave level 6 like each week to be safe. So Joel said Winston may have been the worst member of level 6, but he had the most protection. Let's be real. Hashtag Second Amendment. Yes,
Yeah.
very, very good one.
Yeah. So we get this power app twist where whoever is most trending in the house will get a power app, least trending gets a crap app of a punishment. What did you think of that twist?
When I first heard it, I didn't really understand the crap app. I didn't really understand how that is really going to affect because like Haley's was just she just had to stand there, and it was just like a classic Big Brother punishment. Um, I definitely don't. I know I liked how the crap app wasn't a serious like hindrance on the game because it was voted by America and it was by their like least favorite. So I'm glad that it wasn't like you couldn't be able to vote or something. It wasn't terrible. But I think it added something in each week, not too much, but just enough of a little twist to shake things up. I thought it was I liked it.
The main problem I had with this, like I had no problem with America gets to give someone a power app. I think based on last season we kind of anticipated that. But I didn't like the idea of the crap app because you watched BB Can 5, right?
I didn't watch all of it, no.
Do you remember when Cindy backdoored Netta?
Oh yes, that's that classic moment.
The thing is, part of the reason Cindy did that was because she kind of knew Netta wasn't being perceived very well by Canada. And so I didn't like the idea of letting someone know, oh, hey, you're not popular, like at all, because it can kind of mess with their game and make them think, well, will this game move make me more popular as opposed to, is it actually good for my game?
That is true because a lot, especially in the past, I think like 3 seasons with like Paul, especially, it's really been like the fan favorite players are kind of helped out in the game, which kind of like takes you out of the game because now you're thinking, well, let's think about what the audience thinks about me. Like Dr. Will in the second season. Like he talked to the audience as if like giving them false details, which was smart and it helped his game. And that was like so before anyone else. But now that it's like up to America voting on who they want to be that like Dr. Will kind of character, yeah, I don't. I think it should be you're in the house, and you shouldn't make your decisions based off what America or the audience thinks about you.
So Sam is going to get this bonus life power app, and then Fessel is going to get a crap app where he has to eat a bunch of ham in spite of the fact that he's a Muslim. So they get him special type of ham. I don't know what kind of ham they got him, but whatever it was,
like
he could eat it.
I think it was like vegan ham.
Something like that. Whatever it was, it made him puke after he ate too much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sam and Steve go on the block because it was the easiest thing Tyler could do. They were the first two eliminated from the competition. And then Fessel wins the veto. He's not going to use it, which is the first time in a long time since the very first veto winner has not used a veto in Big Brother US.
That is true. That is true. I mean, Joe just said it was raw pork, apparently. So
Joel said what?
It was raw pork what Fessy ate. So, wait. No, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways,
okay.
Yeah, it was interesting. It kind of like set the mood for like the first half of the season, I think.
Yeah, because Brett, the first time a nominee actually won the veto was when Brett won it when he was against Scotty on the block.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So it's going to be before we get to Steve getting evicted, we also get Showmances starting up. between Swaggy C and Bailey.
Very interesting. Are they still together? I don't know. I haven't been following them.
Yeah, well, they're engaged, so
Yeah, that's true. Like I would assume they are.
yeah, I think it's safe to say they're still together.
Hmm.
If Swaggy's gonna almost get Bailey pregnant, then
Oh yeah, that was an interesting thing to
yeah.
hear about.
Fessel and Haley are also going to get together, and Caitlyn is going to get herself in kind of an awkward love triangle. You don't
Well,
know how that turned out.
oh yeah, well, Caitlyn was Scotty and Steve are engaged, is what Joel said. Um, no, Caitlyn, yeah, she had a love triangle with her real boyfriend and a few others in the house. I mean, Sam did call her out on that and Haley, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never really been a fan of showmances unless like they help with the game or like make the game interesting. Like Brennan and Rachel made it interesting because they did it like they would do anything for each other, or someone like Jess and Cody. They made like Big Brother 19 interesting when they were on it because they had that showmance. But none of them this season, like Swaggy C and Bailey, that was just a 2 week thing, and then now
Yeah.
they're engaged. Like that was insane. And then Haley and Fessy, that one was
They were
that
a
one was
mess.
they were a mess. They were like on and off, and I don't think Haley wanted anything, but she did, and it kept going back and forth. But yeah,
So JC is going to vote with level 6 to get Steve out. Baute wants to get Sam out because they trust Steve. Kaylin is going to be the swing vote, and Tyler convinces her to flip her vote. But when the vote is revealed, she pretends to be shocked. So I thought, oh, she's playing both sides. Okay, that's a risky move. Then she wins HOH.
that was
It's like,
not a smart move. Yeah, she was
if
kind of.
you
What were you gonna say?
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say she was kind of like showing her cards early when she should have not have been like. But what were you gonna say?
The thing is, I'm still not sure on this. It was when Kaylin won HOH, it was a competition where you roll a ball down a thing and then shoot it up.
Yeah,
That's a competition where it's a little random, especially if you don't get time to practice. So I almost thought, did Caitlin throw that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, Caitlyn, I honestly thought going into the season she was going to be a smart player. It was immediately like taken away once. Like I thought she would be like that underdog kind of character that, but it was immediately taken away once I saw her actually like talk in the house. But no, I don't think she threw that. But
So after Kaylin gets HOH, Rachel is going to get the crap out of Yell It, where this was hilarious.
yes, it was.
Where the guy came in and said 0 stars.
That was funny. Yeah.
I'm 99% sure that the guy who came in was the guy who last season in BB19 came in during the traffic HOH competition and had to yell at Cody. You remember that?
I think it was. I think it was the same guy. I'm trying to remember what he looks like, but I definitely, yeah, I think it was. They kind of,
Yeah, Jessica won the HOH.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was hilarious, just a little bit of entertainment.
I was
And then-
entertained by that. I was entertained by that just because I didn't like Rachel, so it was nice. He was apparently he was Paul in BB19. That's what Joel said. It was the same guy as Paul, which I can see. They're similar
Yeah,
characters.
definitely. Tyler is going to get the power up of the cloud, which never ends up coming into play. But it was still an interesting power up, especially because he had 8 weeks to use it.
Yes, and he never had to, which really showed how well Tyler played the game because he sat himself in such a good spot. I'm not going to say I don't want to like compare him to Derek, but he did put him in a nice spot where he didn't have to use it. He didn't have to win, which was amazing.
So Kaylin is going to put up Scotty, 2 people from 2 different alliances. Winston is on board with this because he knows Swaggy will be backdoored, and if the nominations don't change, he has the votes to stay in the house. Scotty's not on board with this for those exact reasons. And of course, he doesn't know Swaggy's the target. And for the veto, Cody and Jessica come in to host it.
Yep.
And Cody, literally every single house Cody said hi to, he just said, "Hi, I'm Cody. Nice to meet you. Hi, Cody. Nice to meet you. Hi, Cody. Nice to meet you."
Yeah, well,
He was a robot.
he was very robotic, definitely. It was funny. I like Cody though, just for that reason. I mean, I don't think they really wanted to come back into the house. It was kind of they probably got paid to or something because they
Yeah,
didn't really seem
probably.
like they wanted to be there. But
Yeah. So Tyler is going to win the veto, and he's going to take Scotty off instead of Winston. And I guess to play both sides, and Winston is again cool with it. And what baffled me is Caitlyn is going to tell Haley, "I want to backdoor Swaggy." Haley doesn't do anything about it because she's
yeah,
scared about her position. If I'm Haley, I would have done everything I could to stop that. I would have told Swaggy probably. And then
oh yeah,
Caitlyn
for
also
sure.
tells Fessel, "Hey, you're not going up, but you're going to really hate me after this veto meeting." And Fessel's just like,
Yeah,
man.
I think she was trying to be friends with everyone and not give away information, which is a smart idea. But when you're in an alliance with those people, you kind of need to. So I think that was like the first instance that it wasn't that Falte wasn't really gonna work.
So Swaggy goes on the block. Caitlyn's very emotional when she does it, which I guess sort of helps. But Swaggy's completely blindsided, and I didn't like Swaggy, but I kind of felt bad for him when he got put on the block because he just realized like that, my game's over.
Yeah, I liked Swaggy. I thought he was. I liked him in a like a entertainment sense. I thought he was entertaining, and I wish he would have stayed longer to see how he would have reacted to everyone else. But yeah, I did feel very bad that he was put up. I didn't want him to go that week.
Yeah, yeah, like he wasn't good strategically, but entertainment wise, he was cool. When he gets evicted, it's going to be an 8-4 vote. Scotty is going to vote out Swaggy C in spite of the fact that he's wearing a Swaggy C t-shirt.
Hmm. I thought that was. I don't really know the strategy behind that on Scotty's part, but I thought it was Scotty being like a super fan. He wanted to just do something like, I'm gonna wear this, but I'm gonna vote the other person just because I can.
Yeah. And when
Like,
Swaggy gets evicted, Julie asks, "Hey, who do you think was the alliance member that voted you out?" And he said, Haley? No, it was Scotty. Oh, I didn't give Haley a hug.
yes, that was funny.
So this is so. Let's. Anything else you think we should cover before we get into next week?
No, I thought that was I enjoyed that week, and I did. I liked Swaggy talking to Julie after once he got evicted. I enjoyed that. That was when like because he was like very different than he was in the house. Like he was like all shocked and stuff, and he kind of knew it was gonna happen. So that was interesting. But
So Scotty, after voting out Swaggy C, kind of as a mystery vote, is going to win HOH. And then Haley is going to get the crap app where she just reads Shakespeare. Not a whole lot. It wasn't, this crap app wasn't very interesting to me. Was it to you?
no, cause it was in the show for like 5 minutes too, and then they came back to it. I think that was in her comic. Was it in her comic later on? Her Haley.
I don't remember.
I think it was, which doesn't really make any sense. But like, I don't know. I thought it was kind of lame. Could have been better.
So Bailey is going to get the power app where, what's it called again? I forget what her power up was actually called, but identity
Oh
theft, where she could
yeah,
change denominations at the nomination ceremony until there are 8 people left in the game. We all know what we'll get into what ends up happening with her in this power app. But what did you think of that power app?
I mean, she didn't really. I thought that power up was more people were scared of what it could have been, and I don't think it definitely could have been used, but someone like Bailey getting it, she didn't. I don't think she knew how to use it, and she never got put in any positions. Um, it would have been better if her crap app was feeding Fessy ham. That was what Joel just said.
That would have been very funny. Yeah.
That would have been hilarious. But yeah, Bailey's power up, for her to use it, I don't think she really deserved it.
Yeah. So Scotty is going to put up Brett and Winston because they hang out all the time.
Yep.
Winston is going to be very annoyed with Scotty. Scotty says, "Hey, Winston, want to talk right after the nominations?" Winston goes, "You better hope I go home because I'm going to win veto, and then you're my target. Simple as that."
That was that was like really once we saw Winston was so different from before the season had started. Because before the season had started, he just looked like a sweet, innocent guy, and then like now that he's talking to Scotty, he was kind of like going crazy over. Really, he shouldn't have, because it was kind of like a smart move, and I think definitely it helped Brett's game that Winston was kind of over the top about it. And Joel just said Bailey's power up should have been a pregnancy block. Oh my god.
Joel, this is why you're going to be on the improv team. That right there.
That is good.
So Scotty wins the veto. It was a very close competition, and I think this is the veto competition where they're talking about Mamma Mia.
Yes, when the Mamma Mia movie came out.
Yeah, did you go to see that? I didn't.
I didn't see that. No, I saw the first one, but I just didn't want to go see the next one.
So Brett and Winston try to put their differences aside and convince Scotty, "Hey, get rid of Caitlin. She put you up. You don't know which side she's on. We certainly don't."
Mm-hmm.
And Caitlin has a vision that the boys targeted her, which turns out to be true. And Scotty just says, "Oh yeah, they threw your name out big time."
Mm-hmm.
And Caitlin confronts them on it. What did you think of that scene?
I liked Caitlin in it just because you could tell that the guys were just like, okay, what is this girl? What is she doing? And it was, I think if it wasn't for level 6, Winston wouldn't have really clued in to try to convince Scotty otherwise. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I liked it though. It was a good little episode.
Now, Scotty won't use the veto, but Brett is going to give this speech. I wrote word for word what he said here. I'm going to read it out.
Yes, read it. You have to do it like him, too.
All right. So remember, this is the veto speech, not the eviction speech.
Yeah.
Okay. "Oh, Scotty, sweet, sweet Scotty, your arms are large like a honey-glazed ham. Your chest burly like a big, big man. Your eyes captivating like the sea. Ah! I just had a vision. You were supposed to take me off. Now is the time, Scotty. Take me off. Thank you."
That was amazing. That was really good. No, that's what I really started to like Brett. Like he was one of my favorites going into it. And after that, I was like, okay, he's a very interesting character. I like him. And yeah, that was one of my favorite probably speeches that I've heard in a long time. So
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to feel about Brett going into this season, if he was going to be smart or delusional, but after that, I was like, okay, you know what, Brett? You're cool.
yeah, he was my pick to win it going in. But then once he started pairing up with Winston, I was like, I don't really know about this anymore. But then after that, I was like, okay, yeah, he's definitely my go-to.
Yeah, and Brett is also going to target Rockstar in his eviction speech. I didn't write down what he said, but I think he said, hey, Caitlin, just so you know, Rockstar's told me she's going to vote Winston out, make it a 6-5 vote."
Yes. I can't believe you do this on the day of my daughter's birthday.
"You are disgusting."
Disgusting. That was hilarious. And it was like the first argument of the season. And I love how Brett was just like standing there and just like doing literally nothing. He was like, what? And then Rox was like, disgusting.
I don't think Brett was anticipating Rockstar to handle it as poorly as she did. Like, if I'm Rockstar, I'm just like, yeah, guys, this is all bull crap, don't believe him. And I just like, whatever. Because, if Rockstar thought Brett was going home, so like, why even stress over it? He's about to be evicted as if your alliance is going to believe this guy over you. Like, just move on and worry about the rest of your
Yeah,
game already.
I think Brett had a diary room session after that saying like, I didn't expect that, but it really helped me. So, which was really funny, and I think that just shows Rockstar in her game and how poor it was. How she just, I mean, I get where she's coming from. She was upset, but really, she shouldn't have been because they were targeting Brett. So,
Yeah, so Sam also contemplates, and she talks to Tyler and Casey about should I use my power up to save Brett or Winston, and maybe they'll both still be here. What did you think of her decision to not use the power app?
I thought that was just the smart decision. I think it with everything else happening, if she used it, it would have pitted her on one side, which definitely would have not been good for her game. So
I thought it was a risky move. Like it's a risky move both ways kind of thing. Because I thought, well, on one hand, if you use this now and you're evicted next week, you have nothing to save you. But if you don't use it and say you're HOH, whoever you evict is gonna get this power app.
hmm
Yeah. So
yeah.
Winston is blindsided in a 6-5 vote. Winston gives Brett a hug, but says when he got evicted, he threw away a friendship bracelet that Sam made him.
Yes. That was just Winston being Winston. I mean, I didn't like him at all, so I was happy to see him go, and I really liked that eviction though, just because just like it was so unnecessary for him to throw away the bracelet and just to be better like that. Like, I
He
mean,
was
they
a
did
sore
kind of.
loser.
Yeah, he was a sore loser, exactly, and he didn't really have that much of a game. He had level 6. That's it, and they decided to cut him off. So
All right, next week, this is going to be probably the weirdest week of Big Brother we've had in a long time. Sam's going to win HOH. So first going into this week, Fessel is confused about how did Brett get only 5 votes to be evicted. Winston got 6. Caitlin is blamed for voting out Winston, and Caitlin starts to cry in front of Fessel when they're arguing about, I don't trust nobody, Caitlin. And Caitlin's like, you're breaking my heart. And in the middle of that conversation, Sam goes, I want to see my HOH room.
I love. I mean, they like stopped doing the "Who Wants to See My HOH Room" a lot, but I really like that one. Just how awkward it was. Craziest moment of that week was Winston forgetting to bring his gun on eviction night.
Huh.
That's funny.
Yeah. So so they go to Sam's HOH room and she says, listen, it gets chaotic, so I don't want to speak to anyone. No one's welcome in my room. I know who I'm nominating. Go away.
That
No one
was
in the history of this game has done that for good reason.
yes, it's a Big Brother. You want to have relationships with people, and you want to bring people in and to think, even just to think that they're on your side. And that was just, well, Sam was playing a very personal game, not like a strategic game. But I found it very entertaining for something completely different that you've never seen. Just like, just go away. I know what I'm doing. No one talk to me, which was pretty interesting. So I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty cringy moment for me to
It was.
watch.
It was.
Now, before we get to the nominations, we're also shown this controversial conversation between Bailey and JC from when Scotty was HOH, when JC says something to Bailey that you really shouldn't have said.
Yes, bad words.
Yeah. Bailey asked a genuine question in a non-offensive way. I don't know I'm not sure how I should word it,
Mhm.
but they're not in each other's faces, which I'm glad that they handled it that way. Um, how did you feel about the fact? How did you feel about how the edit was made regarding this conversation?
They definitely left out a lot, which was good. I think they had to put it in just because, especially like nowadays, it's very people want to see that. They want to see when something like that happens. I thought it was good though. I thought they handled it like they well because it was a very long sit down that they had, and then they even like in the actual episode they had a very long segment dedicated to it, which I think it was good. I mean, I didn't really care for it because at that time I didn't really. I just thought it was two people saying different things. Joel just said JC's question for anyone who was wondering: can we make Fessy eat honey glazed ham? That's what it was. That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I thought they handled it well, and I thought it was interesting. But I'm glad they didn't do any more, and they kind of left it there. So
Yeah, I was a little worried because at the start of this episode, because Julie did say in that eviction episode, hey, just so you know, next episode, Bailey and JC will have a heated conversation. And then they show the banner of Big Brother is a show where people can say comments that CBS does not condone, your discretion is advised. And it's the same banner they used in Big Brother 15 after the controversies in that season.
many controversies.
Yeah, and so when I saw that banner, I was like, oh, this is going to get bad, isn't it? And they only used it for that episode. I was a little worried that they were going to use it for the whole season just because of that one thing. JC was also under fire in the first week for doing things with an ice cream scooper.
Oh yes,
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. They didn't put
And they
that.
chose not to air that.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to make someone like JC look bad too. And even in Big Brother 15, I don't really remember any episodes that they really showed the racism.
I think it was in Big Brother 15, the episode where Nick got evicted, because I remember Julie commenting on it before they showed it. They said
Yeah.
they have no idea how much it's already going to affect their lives outside of the house.
Yeah, well, especially once Aaron got evicted, that's she just laid into her and told her what was up.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's get back to Sam nominating Haley and Caitlyn and saying they don't contribute to female empowerment. Apparently, they left. Her speech was so long that they edited some parts out.
Yes, I heard about that too.
I felt bad for Haley and Caitlyn. I mean, sure, Caitlyn's boyfriend broke up with her for reasons, but with Haley, I mean, and no one really thought that badly of her.
Yeah, they didn't really like Caitlyn, and that was kind of acceptable. And I think Haley was just close with Fessy, and people thought she was flirting with other people. But I loved Sam at that moment just for that, because it was basically like Thought Patrol. She was just like, yeah, no, you guys are all hoes. So
yeah. So Fessel wins veto, and he's put in a pretty hard spot. Apparently, Caitlyn claims she threw that veto at the last minute to Fessel.
yeah, I don't buy it.
Fessel decides to take Haley off the block, and Sam kind of sort of tries to put JC up, and then JC is going to say no.
Yes, and then she feels bad and she doesn't. Which
Yeah, has that ever happened where the HOH stands up and is about to say a nominee, and then someone says, please no, and then the HOH changes their mind? Has that ever happened?
I don't think so, because I don't think there's ever been like an emotional player like Sam in the house that has actually like won competitions to like do that. Like there's been like emotional players that have just done emotional things for themselves, or they just feel bad for people, but like Sam really, she just didn't, she felt so bad for JC and just didn't put him up, which was, it was interesting.
My mind is, why are you going to do it in the first place?
Yeah, she probably knew that she had to, but it was just too hard on her. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, JC said, like, if Sam did just go up and say, I nominate JC, then that's it. JC can't do anything about it. But he was like, He hasn't said my name, so I'm gonna see if I can just say, "Hey, Sam, don't you dare!"
Yeah,
And
I
then
didn't
Rockstar
even.
goes up.
Yes, I didn't even think she was gonna do JC, and then once she was like kind of almost getting to it, JC was like, no. So.
Yeah. If JC did go on the block next to Caitlyn, do you think he goes home?
I don't think anyone, if anyone went on the block, I think that Caitlyn was still she was known to be kind of like she was going to be a threat and just cause mayhem. So I don't think there's anyone that if they went up against her, but I think
Yeah.
definitely later on because Rockstar was put up multiple times after that, it might have been better for Rockstar's game if she didn't go up the first time, even though she didn't go home.
Yeah, so Sam also decides to reveal her power app to the whole house and say whoever gets evicted will have a chance to get back in the game. How did you feel
Mm-hmm.
about that? Where it's one thing to tell her alliance, but she's telling the whole house to, I guess, weigh her so that everyone can consider that in their decisions.
That is true. I mean, it was Sam, of course, and you expect her to just be try kind of truthful and stuff. It wasn't. I don't think it was a smart move. It's good. There's no reason she had to. But what do you think?
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure about this. I think if you really don't trust a certain side of the house, why let them make their decisions off of information you currently have and they don't?
Yeah,
Especially
that's
because
very true.
her alliance had the numbers to basically send out whoever they wanted. It was their call, really.
Hmm.
So ultimately, both sides of the house end up coming to the same consensus. They want Caitlyn gone. JC will throw his vote on Rockstar to have some fun, which I think does work out for him. And then Caitlyn fails to do an eight-piece puzzle.
Okay, that was probably my favorite part of the whole season was just the 2 minutes that she had to put together the easiest puzzle. It was so obvious that it was intended for her to come back in the game because they didn't want her to go because it'd be better for like TV. Because even later on, they had to like change up the schedule to figure out how they're gonna do it because they just expected them to come back in. But she started like doing like all weird stuff like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I can't do it. And it was so funny. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see Rob as a podcast when Rob was really upset with the blanket and sunglasses?
Yes, I remember that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, when I saw 2.5 minutes, eight-piece puzzle, if you buzz in and you're wrong, just keep trying. I was like, yeah, she's
Mm,
got this. I was like, I could do this. I'd have a
yeah.
strategy for this. And then a minute later, she's bring down. I'm like, Caitlin, are you kidding me right now? Just keep going for crying out loud. It's $500,000 you're playing for potentially.
Because the puzzle was together. It
Yes.
was set up, and then she could have just taken one part, put it through, just in the same order, and then just
Yes.
put it back in the same order that it was. She saw it 2 seconds ago, and
She got to study it before
yes,
time even started.
yeah, she was like standing there, and then she just went on her knees and just started crying. It was insanely hilarious. Joel said if Fessy was eliminated instead, the puzzle would have been in the shape of ham. I don't think that's true, Joel.
Probably not, but if he
Mhm.
did, he probably would have blacked out because of all the memories that would have came back to him.
Yes, you might have not completed the puzzle either.
Yeah, if say they didn't show the puzzle to Caitlin until time started, they had if maybe they had a curtain over the puzzle and they said time
Hmm.
starts now, curtain drops, you get to see the puzzle.
Yeah, see what you have to do.
Yeah, but for her to study it, and then she had a later interview with Rob Cesternino where she said during the puzzle there was a voice in her that said you don't have to do this. I was like,
Yeah, I watched
shut
that.
up, Caitlin.
It was definitely an excuse of why she couldn't complete the puzzle. But like, why wouldn't she? Like,
Yeah.
you get back in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, and they scrapped a double eviction because of this.
Yes, I mean, and it kind of ruined because it was the latest double eviction, I think.
Yeah, latest double
Yeah,
eviction.
which it did, especially with the second half of the season being not as eventful as the first half. It kind of made it worse, I think. So
Yeah, if Caitlyn was in the game, things would have just been more interesting, at
yeah,
the
for
very
sure.
least.
She was probably the most interesting character to be in it. I would love for her to come back on another season just to see how other people will deal with her.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they'll consider her for next season.
Give her the second chance that she deserves.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll say, okay, you get to go in the Big Brother house, just complete this puzzle first.
Oh yeah, she just doesn't. She won't complete it then. Yeah, she won't get
Yeah.
back in.
So, after that whole fiasco happened, interestingly, we didn't get any diary room sessions of any of the house guests saying how they felt about Caitlyn failing to do the puzzle. I was a little surprised at.
That was surprising. I didn't even think about that. I think just because probably people were making fun of her in the
Maybe.
diary room. Yeah, I mean, when it happened, they were like sad and they're like, "Oh no!" But I'm pretty sure after they were laughing. She'll only be allowed in next season if Fessy eats real ham. Okay, Joel, what is it with you and Fessy and ham? Oh my
Joel,
god.
no. So, week 5, Bailey is going to win the HOH, and she wants to target Brett, and I thought, okay, it's good, I guess. And she wants to use Rachel as a pawn, but she doesn't want her to be obsessed, so she goes, "Hey, Rachel, I have a power app."
That was it was an underrated move for one of the worst moves of the season to tell.
Yeah,
She didn't know that she was in another alliance, but still someone that you're not that close with to tell them your biggest secret in the Big Brother house that you know it will spread, especially if it's something that you have never trusted before, really. And that was just
yeah.
I
Rachel didn't share it because she trusted Angela. She shared it because she was heated.
yeah, which I mean she told it to Brett first, didn't she?
I think she
And
told it to
then
Angela first,
yeah, okay, she told it to Angela first, yeah.
and then
And
Angela
then
pretty much told everyone in her
yeah,
alliance.
yes, yeah. That
Yeah,
was
so
completely Bailey's fault, completely.
yeah, big time. So Bailey nominates Brett and Rachel. Tyler wins the veto, and he's gonna kind of see if he can convince Bailey to put up Scotty. Doesn't really work. And
Mhm.
then Tyler says, "I'm not gonna use it, but if a power up gets used on Brett, Angela goes up, right?" And then Bailey says, "Hey Rachel, Tyler wants me to put up Angela." And Rachel,
Yes.
I was blown away that Rachel believed everything she said and didn't think Bailey was either lying or misunderstood something and just went to Angela and says, "Come here, come here." And Angela's like, "Wait, what's wrong?" "Tyler, Tyler. He wants you
I
out."
remember that so vividly, and I was just like, "Wait, why is she getting mad?" Like I didn't understand at first why she was getting so mad, and then I realized, well, Bailey just completely said the opposite of what Tyler was saying. Tyler was just throwing out, "Well, you're gonna do this then," and then
Yeah, and if I were Rachel, I would have said, "Hey Tyler, I trust you more than Bailey. You know that. You're not trying to get Angela out, right?" And if he said, "Of course not," I would have been like, "Yeah, that's what I figured."
mhm, it was, and especially like for Bailey, even though you are head of household, it was such a bad move to put a target on your back because, like, even if you're head of household, you don't want to put the target on your back because the week right after you can't be head of household and you're going to be targeted. So that was just Bailey, probably one of the worst HOHs that I've seen.
Yeah, big time. So Rachel gets evicted 5-4, and Brett is going to expose Bailey's power app in his speech. Not that surprising, to be honest, after his last couple of speeches.
Yep.
And when Rachel gets the news that she's evicted, she's sitting there nervous, and then by a vote of 5-4, she's like, and then and Julie says, "Rachel, you're evicted." And she's like, wow, storms out of the room, grabs her bag, and is furious to the
Yes.
point where she can barely speak.
That's why I really like the first half of the season because pretty much every eviction was just like you had no clue. Like you kind of knew, but no one in the house knew. And then like Winston was shocked, Rachel was shocked, which I didn't like either one of them. So I was kind of glad, but it was so interesting, and it especially because it was like Rachel and like what she had done earlier on in the week, it kind of came back to bite her. So
Yeah, there were a lot of blindsides. Steve gets blindsided in the 7-6
yep.
vote. Swaggy's blindsided at the veto ceremony. Winston is blindsided. Caitlin blindsides us by failing to. Rachel is evicted.
Yep.
Yeah. And in this episode, Swaggy C goes to visit Bailey's family,
Oh yes, that
which was
it,
interesting.
it was interesting. They like wanted him to marry her right away, which
Mhm.
they can go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rachel gets evicted, Angela wins HOH, and then the hacker comp twist gets introduced, where the winner can change one of the nominations after the nomination ceremony, pick someone to play for veto, and cancel someone from casting a vote to evict. What did you think of this twist?
I liked because they needed something other than the power app, and I liked the idea of it, but I thought it was a little too much powerful. It it had like new things that haven't really been used before, but like that person was so, and the fact that they weren't known, I thought it was too powerful, and yeah, I did
Maybe they
like
took
it.
one of the powers away.
Yeah, and like one of them like because like even the one where you can not let someone, it was the last power was that you cancel two votes, right?
You cancel someone from voting.
Yeah, you cancel someone. That one wasn't really even like a big one, but it was just the fact that they still had it. Like if that one would have been a good one to have because it could have been used well instead of having just like, oh yeah, you can just switch them and stuff. So yeah, that was too
Yeah, I was a
powerful.
little skeptical of this twist as well. And Sam was especially skeptical because she's gonna hold a house meeting where she says, "Hey guys, uh, to keep the piece of the house, throw it to me and I'll do nothing with it."
I mean, I kind of understood where she was coming from, and I think that she was kind of thinking, yeah, I need to play a strategic game, so this is what my strategy is going to be. And if the house was on board, that would have been a good strategy but I think they were just sick of Sam at that point being like that nice person, so it didn't work. But like, I don't know. I thought it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, and sometimes, especially in RHOH, I thought this girl's the equivalent of Devin from BB16 because
Oh,
she's so dang crazy and makes emotional
yes,
moves.
yes, Devin. Well, Devin was a whole other story because Devin made emotional moves, but also won competitions and tried to make strategic moves that were terrible, but then goes back to emotional. Well, someone like Sam was
Was just
just,
emotional.
yeah, just emotional. Like if you took just the emotional side of Devin, that would be Sam.
Yep, basically. So Angela decides she wants Bailey out, but knows about her power app.
Hmm.
Makes Bailey feel safe enough to not use it by putting up Scotty and Rockstar. I was shocked that Bailey didn't use it because after it's been exposed like that, and Angela, Bailey should have known that Angela knew about the power app before Brett even blew it
Yeah,
all up. To the point where it's like, just use it. Even if Angela's not gonna
yeah,
take you out, just use it so you can get someone out. Because if she
yeah,
used it, she likely does not go home because Haley's going to be hacker and get to cancel a vote. So even if you end up on the block, she could have still stayed.
it was definitely, yeah, she definitely should have used it. I think the reason she didn't was because she didn't want to put the target on her back, which was a bad strategy. I think that's what it was.
Like the target was already on her back
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think she really clued into that she was gonna go home. So
because she didn't get to play for HOH or veto. She just had
yeah,
that hacker comp.
exactly. And
So
that didn't work.
yeah. So Scotty and Rockstar go on the block. Scotty's understandably probably more nervous than Rockstar, but Haley is going to win veto. She's not going to tell anyone until the house meeting, which we'll get into for sure.
Oh, yikes.
She takes Scotty off and puts Tyler up, who everyone
Hmm.
had been saying is playing the best game, and finally someone did something about it.
It was definitely. I would have liked Tyler to be properly nominated, I think, because with this hacker comp, it kind of took it off Tyler being a big threat and just more of whoever's doing this is going after Tyler. While if it was like an actual nomination, then it would have been like, yeah, he's a threat. Let's all go for him. We can all vote. But it was kind of just let's go after this person that just put up Tyler.
Yeah, and the thing is, Tyler can't use his power app at this point.
Yeah, that is true. The one time that yeah, you can't use it then.
Yeah,
But
because I was rooting for Tyler the whole time until, of course, he backdoored Brett.
yeah,
But uh, when when the hacker said on screen, "My new nominee is Tyler," part of me was like, "It's a great move," but at the same time, I kind of heard glass shatter in my head.
yeah. I think it was about time for him to go up because Haley was kind of catching on to Tyler. Um, but it didn't. It obviously didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Tyler did go home, how much of a backfire would this twist have been?
I think it would have got a much worse rap. Like it would have been like one of the worst twists in Big Brother history if Tyler had gone home because he was the fan favorite, and it kind of did seem unfair because he couldn't really do anything against it. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I think the reason it didn't get a bad rap when it screwed Rockstar the next week was because of her performance at OTAV comp.
Oh,
It took away her sympathy.
yeah, she just gave it right to Tyler.
Yep.
That was funny.
So in this veto comp, first off, we get Mr. Pactacular back to host another competition, which
Yes.
made me want to barf. I'm just sick of Jesse coming back. They
Yeah,
need to put him to
I
rest.
I enjoyed Jesse when he was first on, but like he comes back every year to just do a competition, and now especially in that one, it didn't seem like he was that into it. It was Space Pecs, I think it was, and
Yeah,
he didn't really seem too into it. He's just kind of there just because he still wants to be a part of Big Brother. But
yeah. So this is a competition where there's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth prizes. Brett's gonna get a funny helping Jesse's grandma competition punishment, where he has to help the same guy who gave Rachel 0 stars, only dressed up as a grandmother, which was funny.
that was funny. I like that.
And Angela comes in fifth. Tyler comes in first, but Angela makes a deal with Scotty and Tyler to let her keep the veto. Was this a good move for Angela, or should she have just let Tyler have the veto and just deal with whatever punishment came her way?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it was fine how it ended up. Joe just said Jesse wants to turn Fessy into Fessy by feeding him ham.
You're
But
just gonna run with this one, aren't you, Joel?
yeah, he's not gonna give up with the Fessy and ham. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it really would have made a difference either way, to be honest.
Like the thing is, because Angela told Bailey that she wanted the noms to stay the same, and then she's promising from the whole house, "I'll take you off Tyler." And yeah, Bailey can't use her power up at the veto meeting, but if you want to blindside her properly, just let Tyler have it. Don't even communicate with them, and as if Bailey can really judge Angela for not trying to make a deal because she came in fifth.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wouldn't have made an impact. I don't think either way. So
Yeah. So Angela takes Tyler off the block, puts Bailey up. Bailey is blindsided because she kind of thought Scotty was just going to go right back up. And then Haley feels awful because she feels like she framed Bailey. And in spite of the fact that it's a terrible strategic move, he holds a house meeting, which becomes so explosive,
Yes.
where she says, I'm the hacker. Stop blaming Bailey. You're treating her like crap. Bailey and Tyler go at it. Bailey screams so much that her jaw starts to bleed.
Yes. It was probably the biggest fight of the season. And it didn't make sense because Haley, I don't know where Haley was really coming from when she was doing that. I think she was just trying to be that good. This is what happened. I'm confessing to myself, which isn't really a smart move. But yeah, and then
Yeah, Julie
Bailey
asked
went crazy.
Haley in her eviction interview, why did you do that? And Haley said, my conscience wouldn't allow me not to do it.
Yeah, which I it's fair, but
She
I don't
just
know.
wasn't thinking about the game enough.
Yeah, wasn't thinking about the game enough at all.
So, also interesting is when Bailey gets evicted, um, Haley's just going to cancel Tyler's vote. And
Mm-hmm.
JC convinces Fessel and Haley, we don't have the votes, guys. Like, we can't save Bailey and her power up. We just have to let her go. But then Sam votes to keep Bailey out of sympathy. And
Mm-hmm.
because there's 7 people voting, and so it only takes 4 to save Bailey, Sam is 1. If Scotty, Haley, and Fessel get together and vote out Rockstar, Bailey stays with her power up.
Yep.
That could have changed the game, and part of me kind of wishes that happened, given how the rest of the season turned out.
Yes, for sure. I think if Bailey, but I don't know. I don't know how Bailey would have like done. Like if she would have. Like I don't know if it was. They were still a really dumb alliance. So, oh wait, what if Bailey was pregnant? Wait, if Bailey was pregnant, how did she fit through the eviction door? It's a good question, Joel.
Yeah. Maybe they have to open both doors for her.
Yes. JC can
Yeah,
hold it open too and dance in front of it like he did every single night.
yeah. Maybe Bailey had to just turn around and go through the side. I'm staying too much. Um, so Haley is going to win the HOH. She wants to backdoor Tyler, and Tyler doesn't want to use his power app. This is the week where he came pretty close to using it. And so
Yes.
he says, Haley, you should backdoor me because I'm going to win that veto. And so Haley's like,
I
okay.
I really wish that happened. Like it would have been a good move because like it would have been smart. I forget exactly.
What do you wish that happened?
I wish that like Tyler could have used his power up that week.
Yeah, it would have been
Like
interesting just to see how it gets revealed. Like,
exactly.
does Tyler stand up, or does it pop up on the screen and then they say, "Well, the holder of this power up who's saving themselves, please stand up." And then
I
if Tyler uses it and he's nominated, does Haley go back upstairs and get another key, or does she just say who her other nominee is?
I don't know. I think something said when he first got it that he had to. It was a cloud app, and so he had to sit on a cloud. So maybe something there's a cloud somewhere. I don't know.
Eh,
But oh no,
yeah.
I think I heard somewhere that he had to like go to a different room and there's a cloud in like the HOH room or something, and he'd sit in it. I don't know. Joel said you go into a house and impregnate. Okay. Oh, and then my friend Matthew McDonald, he's in the live stream. He's watching. He said, "How does Big Brother work?" It works by people going into a house and evicting each other, and then one wins. There you go.
Do you have any other people in the chat?
Those are the only 2. We have 4 watching though.
Okay.
So, hello everyone. If you're just tuning
Yeah.
in now, we're watching. I mean, we're recapping Big Brother 20.
Yeah. If you didn't read the title.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we only have 3 now.
Oh, okay. Well, someone didn't like us calling them out.
So Haley is going to put up Casey and Angela, but Casey wins the hacker comp. Casey hadn't really shined a lot for the first half of the game, but she decides to put Rockstar up because she figures if Rockstar wins the veto, then our alliance is screwed. But She could have technically put up Fessel because Fessel competed in that veto and did worse than Rockstar. Would have been
Yeah,
interesting.
it would have been interesting. Yeah, for sure.
Um, where are we at again? Okay, so Casey puts up Rockstar. Very close OTEV comp. It's Haley, Fessel, and Rockstar against Tyler, Angela, and Casey. Casey picks Tyler to play. And at a certain point, Rockstar tells Tyler the frickin' answers.
That was just so stupid of Rockstar. I mean,
You
it
can
was it
kind of
was
see
what
where she's coming from because she wants to clarify her answers. That
yes,
it obviously wasn't her intention to help Tyler, but she should have
still.
known better.
Yes, and then Tyler just beats her in the next round because Tyler is a more physical threat than her. So like
Yeah, and in the last round, Rockstar beats Tyler to the top, but has the wrong thing.
yeah.
I
That was
wonder, I wonder what made Rockstar say because she has a diary session where she says, "To anyone who thinks they're too weak or thought I was too weak, get some," and then turns out, oh, it's wrong. My mom
yeah.
just said, "Can you be a little quieter?"
Okay.
Via messenger.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Tyler wins the veto. He uses it on Angel. Rockstar gets evicted. I don't think there's any question that she was staying.
No, I think it was no, it was one of the first weeks where it was like, yeah, it's kind of obvious that she's gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised that Fessel was surprised.
Well, I wasn't because Fessel's kind of dumb, but
Yeah, Zingbot said it. Fessel's a moron.
yep.
Yeah, so Fessel wins HOH in a competition where you slide across a slippery slope, get liquid, and pour it into a container until a ball comes out. This is one of those
Yes.
competitions where in the first minute you can just tell who's probably going to win. And I could
Yeah.
tell Fessel's probably going to win. When they had this in BB18, the final five HOH where Corey won. And after he got across like two times, I was like, Corey's got this.
Yeah,
So,
because whoever, yeah, once you get off to a start, it's pretty much impossible to catch up. And didn't he? Was that the one that he won in like 5 minutes?
um, when
I
Fessel won,
yeah,
I don't know how long that competition went on for.
because I think it was that one that Fessel won it before like it was like so quick, but like they edited it so it would look longer. But it was only like a 5 minute competition when it was supposed to be really long. But he was just leagues ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Fessy isn't dumb. He's let's see what this says. Fessy isn't dumb. He just really likes eating against his religion. Okay. Yeah, he loves
It
it.
wasn't his choice, okay? He picked the punishment, but he didn't know the description of it. I
Yeah.
thought when he picked Amazon, I thought he was gonna have to dress up as in a ham outfit.
Yeah, that would. But I mean, like, it could have been anything.
Yeah. So Bessel wins HOH, and Brett is gonna frame Scotty for voting out Rockstar by saying, "I voted to keep Rockstar." And then JC convinces him to target Scotty. Which was worse, Bessel putting up Scotty or Caitlin failing to do the puzzle?
That's really tough because as much as I liked Scotty and I felt bad that he was put up by his own teammate, he didn't really get his point across. Like when Fessel brought them all into the HOH room, and Scotty was like, "Yeah, I voted her." And then Brett did. Like it was so obvious. I thought to anyone else in the house that it took Brett like 5 minutes to say anything, and then he eventually did. But Scotty, like, he just laughed. He didn't really like try to support his case. And in the diary room, he was like freaking out and stuff, but he never did anything to the other house guests that would have like helped this case. So I do feel bad for Scotty, but at the same time, he wasn't really.
Yeah, Julie asked
Uh,
Scotty in his eviction interview, "Why were you not screaming at Brett when he's framing you?" And Scotty
yeah,
says, "I thought Fussell would just know better." I can
yeah,
kind of get
it was kind of
both.
obvious. It was a stupid move um, for him to put up Scotty, but
Yeah,
I don't think it was as worse as Caitlin's though, because Caitlin's was like so it was laid out for her. It was so easy. and she
She
still
had
couldn't do it.
instructions laid out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure if Scotty didn't go up, because again, he went up next to Brett. Brett and Tyler were going to go up, supposedly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah. And then maybe Tyler would have used his power up then.
Well, he would have, but I I did want to see Tyler use his power up, but it was cool that he
Yeah.
did
I just
have it.
wanted it like, even at the last veto meeting where he can use it, even though he's not going to go up at all. I would have liked to see him just say, hey, just so you guys knew I had this power up the whole time and none of you made me use it.
But then he would have kind of put that target on him, so it was smart to say that at the end, I guess. But it
Yeah.
would have been cool to see.
So Zingbot comes in this week.
Zing!
Yep. He's gonna call Brett a moron, call Angela soulless and heartless. I think he tells Haley, hey, you had a bad HOH reign.
Yeah,
Tells Scotty, you have a crush on Brett.
which is
And
true.
and he tells Sam that she is effing crazy.
That was funny.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, why would you do that? We have to live with her, you know? But I was like, it's about time someone said it
Yeah,
to
it
her.
was.
I just wanted someone to say it to her face.
Yeah, that was very entertaining to see. I like Singbot.
Yeah, and then Singbot tells Chase, Singbot zings JC for his back hair, and I was like, that's all you got?
Yeah, there's a lot that he could have got JC for.
Yeah, like have some fun with this already. Don't just sing
Mm.
about the back hair.
Back hair was kind of funny, but it could have been much better.
Yeah. So we get the hide and go veto competition.
Those are always my favorite. I love those ones.
Yeah, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have them in Big Brother Canada.
Yes, and because Big Brother Canada has a much more interesting house to do that in.
Yeah. Brett hides his veto in a pillow, and then in the have not room throws a bunch of cushions and mattresses in it. And then Scotty, he hides it under a cabinet in the bathroom, but pours out milk so that people won't want to go in there. I
That
think
it,
they actually cleaned it up at one point because they thought it was too slippery.
I don't know. I mean, they kept sliding. They were like running out of the house back into the backyard. I really want it. I mean, Brett won that one, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, I really wanted Scotty to win though because his spot was a good spot. It's and most hide and seek vetoes like it. You don't usually go to the bathroom, and Brett's strategy of putting it in a pillow and putting stuff on top of it that's always used. But somehow it just got trashed the whole uh freaking bedroom. So
Yeah. Sam did not handle that very well, did she?
oh no, she did. She hated. She was so
Yeah.
upset
She hid
after
in the
that.
room and was like against the wall, was like,
Yeah, that's Sam. Joel said JC should have used a ham slice instead of an ice cream scooper. It's awful.
okay. So Brett wins the veto. Everyone knows he's taking him off the block.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty's feeling pretty down at this point. He doesn't know who to believe or what to believe. Oh, and I forgot to mention, of all people, Haley finds Scotty's veto card. The one
Yeah,
person
that
who wants to
was.
take Scotty off.
Yeah, that's what I like
Haley
about that video,
finds
though.
Scotty's. Scotty finds Fessel's. Fessel finds Haley's. That's what happened.
Oh, my cat's here. All right. 1 second. He can join.
Oh, what's his name?
Bilbo Baggins from Lord of the
Bilbo
Rings.
Baggins.
Yeah, from Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
He likes
okay.
Big
I've
Brother
never
too.
watched Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you can go now. um, but yeah, what were we talking about? I got sidetracked.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Haley found Scotty's veto card. Scotty found Fessel's veto card. Fessel found Haley's.
Yes, that's what I like about the competition because you could just like screw over your own teammates. But
Yeah, like they can potentially talk to each other about, hey, if this competition is going to happen, I'm hiding mine here. Don't find it.
yes, that would be actually a smart idea. Surprised they didn't do that.
So Sam decides to tells Scotty and Brett, hey, we should make Fessel put up Haley. And
Hmm.
Scotty's like, hey? And Brett's like, these guys are nuts.
Yeah. I mean, especially this was like the worst Fonte had been. Because they kept being stupid and being stupid. And this was like, okay, if you mess this up, then you really have shown that you're a terrible alliance.
Yeah, if you mess this up, then we need to have a double eviction now so you guys can just all go away.
Yeah, just get rid of them before anything else happens.
Yeah, and then interestingly, in this episode, we don't get the veto meeting until the eviction episode.
Yes, yeah.
I guess they
That
figured the
that's
audience is
happened
being
before.
given too much confusion.
Yeah, that's happened before. That happened in BB19 when the one episode with Cody and
It was the
Jessica.
week when Jessica used her, I forget what it was called, where she stopped the eviction, the
Oh,
halting hands.
yeah, the halting hands. Yeah, that doesn't usually happen, but yeah.
Yeah, so Fessel puts up Casey just as a pawn, and then Scotty's voted out unanimously. First unanimous vote of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fessel also tries to make a four-person alliance with Angela and Tyre, saying, hey, we're all the biggest threat. One of us goes. Target is bigger than everyone, so let's stick together. And remember, I'm HOH coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Angela wins HOH and goes against that.
Yeah, I didn't like Angela at all for that reason.
Yeah. Yeah, like they considered throwing that HOH, but at a certain point they're like, nah.
Yeah. No, I mean, really, it wouldn't have made a difference because I don't think they would have felt they would have messed it up anyways.
Yep.
But
Angela wins HOH. There's not really any question she's going to put up Festival and Haley.
mhm.
This wasn't really an interesting week. Did anything interesting happen up until the battle back that you liked?
Even the battle back wasn't that interesting. No, it wasn't like this week and then the next week. That this is when the season started to not get as interesting as the first part,
Yeah,
just because
yeah.
nothing really happened.
This is why the season wasn't a 10 out of 10, but more like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, because of the second half for sure.
Yeah, Fessel and Haley go on the block. Fessel's somehow blindsided by this. Maybe it's because it's his first time on the block. Casey beats him by 1 point in the veto.
Mm.
Doesn't use it, and this is when Tyler's power up expires.
Yep.
Fessel and Haley kind of argue over should we be hanging out? Can I hang out with these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fessel gets evicted, and I remember, Reid, you were live streaming on Instagram, and I brought up Big Brother, and I said,
Mm-hmm.
who do you want to win Bad Luck? And you're like, Scotty, only person that can win.
Yep. I mean, he was the only person that could have made a difference in the game. He didn't make a difference in the game because he went the week right after and just pretty much just had one of the most boring weeks of Big Brother because of that. But yeah, he was the only one that could have done something, I think.
Yeah. Something I kind of wondered is if Bailey won that competition, does she still have her power app? Because it's good until 8 people, and if she comes back in, she's there with 8 people left in the game.
I would think that she would still have it. Yeah, because she's maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, she
maybe it
didn't
would have
come
been
back.
interesting if she came back in.
That's actually I never thought of that. Huh. I mean, I think she would have went the week right after though. So
Yeah,
it might have been interesting for
she
a
wouldn't have
week,
made
but
it to the end.
no.
Yeah, so interestingly, we get the results of the battle back right away. It's not a long competition like we've had in the past. Scotty wins. We're all thrilled and just relieved to know,
Yeah, well,
okay.
I'm surprised Fessy didn't win. I just want to say because he could reach all the way over the bar and put like the ball this far away from the two, and he like got like two in really quickly, and then he just didn't get in any more. So
Yeah, I remember seeing him put that first one in and be like, no, we need Scotty back. And Scotty wins. I was like, all right,
yeah,
thank you. And then Tyler is going to win HOH. Haley comes in second. I can't believe it's ridiculous that I'm saying this because I root for level 6, but I wish Haley won that HOH.
Yes, it would have done something, but it was
Yeah.
it was their
Yeah,
last hope.
Now Tyler kind of wants Haley out more than Scotty because Haley's openly wanted Tyler out more than Scotty, and Scotty even
Yeah.
says before it goes back in, "Oh, who do you want to work with? Tyler." And everyone's like,
Mhm.
"Of course you do. Of course you want to work with Tyler again."
Yeah, which would have worked if Tyler was on board, but it obviously didn't.
Yeah, he could have put up Haley and JC and wouldn't have really paid for it.
Joel said Fessy didn't win because his balls were meatballs. That just doesn't make any sense. But okay.
Oh, did Josh from BB19 replace the balls with meatballs or something?
Oh yeah, meatballs and meatballs.
Yeah. Um. Oh, geez, it's gonna get dark soon.
It is getting dark soon.
Yeah, but we'll
I,
have
I have
time,
to
of course.
I have to go soon. Maybe in like
Oh,
15
how's
minutes.
Oh, 15. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a try.
We can make another live stream too and continue.
Okay, well, let's see how much we can get through.
Okay.
Um, so Angela and Tyler's showmance starts to bloom. What did you think of
Yeah.
that?
They're still together now, which is good.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
not
I didn't
very
really.
romantic.
It wasn't very romantic. No, I mean they had a one good conversation that I watched. It was like an hour long, and like after that, I was like, okay, I can kind of see them while they're together, but I never liked them just because it was always in the back of my mind that Tyler was gonna mess up his game because of it. He never did, but it just kind of like made it unsettling
He
because
did throw that Final Four veto.
I don't think that really affected him winning or not, though. But yeah, I think Angela Angela wasn't gonna win, so that's why it was kind of I don't know really I didn't really like that one much.
Yeah. So Haley and Scotty go on the block. Casey wins veto. It's not really that close. Haley and Scotty don't come all that close to winning. Doesn't use it. Scotty's pretty much going to go home. And then Scotty tells Brett, hey, jury hates Angela. And he decides, I want Angela out so the jury likes me. And everyone's like, you could just take this guy to the end, you know?
That is true. I mean, I liked Brett, and this was definitely a good move by Brett to be close with Scotty to get that information. But and I don't know if he could have convinced people to get Scotty to stay, but
Yeah. So Brett and JC decide they want to target Angela and Casey. And Casey wins the next HOH, and Brett comes like 3 seconds away from winning. If he won that HOH,
that was very close. I really wanted him to win that HOH. This was also when Casey was like winning pretty much everything.
yeah. Yeah, because if Brett wins, maybe he still goes home in that double eviction, but it potentially changes the whole game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Um, Haley and Sam go up again, not really eventful.
No.
And Victor comes to propose to Nicole.
Okay. When I first watched that, like I knew that they were together, but and I saw Nicole, and then I saw this dude with a clean face with no beard walk in. I was like, "Who is this that's proposing to Nicole?" I thought she was with Victor. I was like, "Oh my god!" That was very surprising. But
I thought it was Dr. Will for a second.
that's what I thought too, because it looked like him because he had short hair, and you knew Victor from the big beard and the long hair. That was
Yeah.
interesting.
We get Derek and Paul and Brittany and Danielle Donato for some reason.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, and Josh was there,
Oh yeah, Josh.
which, but like, none of them really were like close with like, especially like Daniel or
Brittany.
uh, yeah, Brittany. Like, they weren't close with Victor and Nicole. Like, they might have met them like behind, like afterwards, but like, I don't know. It kind of felt just like let's see who can we can grab to come back in because we don't have any vets this season. So let's just get people just to come in and say hi. Joel said Victor being pregnant was the biggest shocker of the season. Yep, Victor was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Victor and Nicole said that they are open to having a family one day.
Yeah, well, they're still together now, so
Yeah.
good.
So Casey wins the veto. She doesn't use it. We kind of talked about in the past how maybe she should have backdoored Tyler.
See, I definitely I always go back to this because like I think all the audience that would have been the smartest move for sure.
Yeah, but then again, she does go on to win the game, so what do we know?
Yeah, so it didn't really make a difference. I don't know. I think it would have been more interesting if she tried to do that.
Okay, Haley's been evicted. You know what's coming,
Mm.
Reid.
This was my least favorite. It was my least favorite, but also I was like, it was like a slow clap. I was like, okay, good job, you did
We
it.
had high expectations, Reid.
Yes, we
This
did.
was supposed to turn the season around,
It was
level
supposed
six
to be
at themselves, Sam and JC. We this was supposed to be the chosen one. It was
yeah.
supposed to turn the season around,
It was
and
supposed to
what
make it
we
interesting.
got was terrible in every way.
It was terrible. It was strategically a good move by Tyler and Angela because because Brett, Tyler, and Casey were the only ones that had a chance at that point to win, really.
Yeah,
And so it was kind of a strategic move, but like he was like Brett was my favorite, and if anyone else went, I would have been okay. Let's see, this is interesting. But Brett goes, I was like, okay, well, this is just gonna be boring now because
yeah, yeah,
he was the
yeah.
last
It's on. It
interesting
was on.
character.
Yeah, it was really hard to take in when you honestly thought you had prepared yourself for the worst thing that could have happened, which to me
Yeah,
was pretty much what Tyler winning HOH and then just a nom staying the same and JC going home. And the thing is we see after Angela wins veto, she tells Tyler, we're back doing Brett, right? Yes. We know what's going to happen before Brett
yes,
knows what's going to happen.
that was the worst because watching the episode live, and you don't usually get to see it. You usually see it on the Sunday episode where you
Yes.
see like, oh yeah, this we're planning this, so you don't usually get to see. But this time, she brings people one into the room. She literally brings Tyler in. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna, and I didn't really know for sure. I was like, what are they gonna do? And then I realized the second that I forget who came in next, but they said keeping noms the same. We're keeping noms the same. The second that like the next person came in, I was like, oh no, they're gonna backdoor Brett. This is gonna be the worst. And that's what they did.
Yeah, I recorded my reaction for Jack Little to see.
I remember that. Yep,
Yep. It's
that
staying
was rough.
private though.
It was rough.
Oh man, I could not focus on my data management class the next morning because did Tyler need to win this? He wasn't going home.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, and what's interesting is Sam came in second. Sam, if
Yeah,
she won
Sam.
this, I mean, God help them if Sam wins, but
I don't even know if I would have liked of Sam to win. I mean, if I'd known that Brett was gonna go home,
yeah, because she
but
was going to target Angela. Maybe she would have
mm,
had a long, cringy speech, but at the very least, Brett stays.
yeah.
Probably.
I also didn't like Angela and Tyler's little thing. You got to be one step ahead or whatever. I don't even remember what it was. I thought it was so unnecessary because, like, I don't know. They were friends throughout the entire game. It was just, I don't know. I thought it was kind of stupid.
Yeah. And then I just felt so bad for JC at this point, who was completely out of
Yeah.
the loop. He was shocked and pretty upset if I were him. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I think at this point, JC knew that he really was the outsider. So
Yeah.
one slice ham ahead, two slice hams ahead, ham slices ahead.
Yeah,
Good one,
yeah.
Joel.
Those
Good one, Joel.
speeches. Yeah. I'm going to turn my lamp on. Okay,
All
maybe not actually.
right.
Um, so what other notes do I have here? Oh, yeah. Brett thinks Angela's being backdoored, and then
Hmm.
Angela wins veto. Um, Sam wants Angela because she thinks she's a female dog.
Female dog. Yep.
And JC is taken off the block instead of Sam. I guess they wanted to see if they could keep JC calm. It really had no effect.
Yeah.
And then JC does vote Brett out. He knows there's nothing he can do. And
Yeah.
Brett says, please don't send me to that jury house with Blockstar.
That was funny. I like that.
Yeah. And
I also I didn't like JC at this moment because he was like they kind of had like they edited him in the show, him and Brett to be like I don't know, like JC would always make fun of him and stuff kind of thing. And I don't think this was like the first time JC really looked upset. A lot of the time, it kind of felt like he was like faking his diary stuff and just kind of doing it. But this time, he really did look like
yeah, we knew where he was coming from. That's the thing.
yeah, he didn't want to, but
Yeah. So, and the next day at school was the grade 9 orientation you were helping out with, so we couldn't talk
oh
much. But
yeah,
when I saw you, we smiled at each other.
it was like
and,
oh,
and then I was like, I need a hug, Reid.
that was rough. It was a rough episode.
Yeah. And so Angela wins HOH. Tells Tyler she's in love with him, which solidifies the
Mhm.
fact that she's never gonna backstab him.
Yep.
We get a musical performance. I don't even remember who came to sing.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember either. It was such like a boring week. I
Yeah.
don't,
Sam and JC go on the block. Casey wins veto. And
again.
we kind of wanted her to use it to backdoor Tyler hmm,
Yeah,
because by not using it, she
again.
puts us in the dangerous position where JC wins HOH. If Angela had won that veto, Casey goes home.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
And
I
JC was
think
a go on.
I was just gonna say, like, Casey did win, obviously, and she did an amazing job winning all those competitions. And she was smart not to use it a lot of the times, but it wasn't that interesting. I think she could have gotten a better up, like it would have been more like she had a better shot at winning. She did win, but it would have been
It
not.
wouldn't have been 5-4.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been 5-4 if she did do a bigger move with those wins for sure.
Yeah. Okay, it's becoming dark to the point where I can barely read my notes. Casey wins veto, doesn't use it. My friend spoiled to me that Casey won the veto and didn't use it, Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
And and I was like, did I say you can spoil it? And she's like, what, you don't watch After Dark? And I was like, no, I don't.
Not up at 4 in the morning.
No. And Sam goes home, but JC wins the HOH. And we were happy.
It was a very happy moment that it wasn't just going to be the same thing, predictable thing that we've gotten the past like 5 weeks, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't that interesting.
Yeah, what was that that
He didn't
dropped?
do anything with it. Mm-hmm. What was that? Oh, I just dropped my tape. I was holding the tape thing.
So there's a certain point in that competition of what the bleep where it's really between JC and Tyler. Casey's too many points behind to catch up. And then I'm just like, JC and Tyler just need to answer the same thing for the rest of the competition. And the last question, they both answered true. And the audience is like,
I remember that. That was like
it's done. It's done. Doesn't matter. He wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. JC wins, puts up Tyler and Angela, which was satisfying.
It was very satisfying to see, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we see Angela being like, seriously, first copy wins his final for HOH. I selfishly took some satisfaction in just seeing them being like, we made the wrong choice. It was good to see them finally do something wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Because like, especially since they had not really been targeted at all the whole season. And it was just nice to finally see, okay, before the season's over, they at least can have some kind of conflict.
Yes. So Tyler throws the Final Four veto. Casey's going to win the veto. JC is thrilled. And Casey struggles, especially in her speech, where she takes too long to see what she's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then she evicts Angela. And I had a moment, we were messaging each other where I was like, she's going to do it. She's cutting Tyler. It's happening. And
Yeah.
then she cuts Angela. And in her goodbye message, she says, "Oh, I have a final two with Tyler." And I'm like,
Well, everyone had a fight too with Tyler.
of course you do, Casey. Of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you have to go soon, but we're just about
Yeah.
almost done.
Yeah, sure.
So we get this recap episode. Jeff Schroeder comes in.
Yeah, like they always do.
Not a whole lot to talk about from there.
No.
We get this disappointingly fast finale where, because we have the
Oh,
season
yeah.
premiere of Survivor, they cut the finale from 2 hours to an hour and a half,
Terrible
which
decision.
it backfired. I hope they never do that again.
Yeah, it was so, especially when they were reading the votes off, it was like bam, bam, bam. And
Yeah,
it was not
Casey
satisfying.
So Casey and Tyler advanced to part 2 or part 3. JC said he would have won if he had advanced to part 3 because he got every question right in his mind, and Tyler and Casey got the same amount of questions right, and then Casey won the tiebreaker.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of obvious JC wasn't gonna win. Especially, I loved when he was on the wall, wherever that competition was, and he was just like falling down and stuff. Yeah, this was kind of obvious.
He came close to beating Casey.
He did come close actually, but
And if he
it
wins
was
that, I think he cuts Casey. I think he probably goes against Tyler.
it'd be tough. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have a shot at either one.
No. It would be interesting to see where the votes fall.
Wait, Paul beat Casey in the end, right? Yeah, Paul won Big Brother 20.
So after JC is evicted, before Casey wins 5-4, Swaggy proposes to Bailey.
It did not need to be in the episode, especially because it was a shortened episode. It definitely made it really rushed.
I wish they could have told Swaggy, hey, this finale is shorter than usual.
Yeah.
Can you not? Like, just do it somewhere else for crying out loud. You were hung out with her for 2 weeks. And
so it felt kind of weird.
Yeah, and for the last 3 months, you have just been looking at pictures of her online.
That's true.
Take a second crack at it. And then Julie says, okay, we have a winner of the crown. No commercial break. And she goes, bam, bam, bam. And she reads the jury votes in this order. Tyler, Casey, Tyler, Casey, Casey.
Yes. Like, it was nice to have a 5-4 because either one deserved to win. They were the two. Them and Brett were probably the 3 that deserved to win out of everyone in the season.
Yeah, at the jury roundtable, Will said before he went there, he said he was excited because everyone did have a shot, even JC.
Yeah, even JC, a little, not as much as Tyler and Casey.
He had some stuff going for him.
Oh yeah, he did. He did have a good social.
He had to.
Yeah, and he kind of played both sides for like the first half.
Yeah, he convinced Vessel to put up Scotty of all people.
Well, convinced. He said he did. I think he did to an extent, but it wasn't all him for sure.
Yeah. So Casey is crowned the winner, and then Tyler gets America's Favorite House Guest. But if Tyler had won the game, then Casey gets America's Favorite House Guest.
Yep. For sure.
Like, not that America doesn't actually love Tyler, just not as high of a level necessarily as was portrayed.
JC is like a honey glazed mini person who didn't win. A honey glazed mini person who didn't win. Yeah, I thought Brett was gonna win America's Favorite Player, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think he deserved it.
Brett for sure, and he was in top 3.
He was much more interesting than Tyler, because Tyler really, although he played a good game, he wasn't that interesting to watch as much as, say, Brett or even JC. JC was more interesting than Tyler.
Okay, I think that's all the notes I have. Anything you feel we've left out that you wanted to touch on before we close this up?
I thought it was overall, I think the season was one of the best for sure.
One of the
But
best in a long time.
yes, in a long time, probably since 14. It was
Yes.
it was because ever since then, Big Brother 16, I was okay, but all the other ones I don't really care for. But this one, it definitely was fresh, and they didn't have too many crazy twists that made it. It was just a Big Brother season, and the first half was just very chaotic with but a lot of the best people did go pre-jury. Um, it was nice though.
Yeah.
Second half did weigh it down a lot because I think there's like a 3 week span that honestly I was just getting bored because like they were
We were
just
just waiting for something crazy to happen.
yeah, and if the Brett blindside didn't happen, I think it would have been a worse season. But because of that, something happening and making it more interesting, it was kind of better. But I would have liked to see Brett stay. Overall, though, yeah, I'd probably say it was like an 8.5 out of 10 overall season.
Yeah, I'm sure after last season, the producers were like, okay, but we got out of this one fine.
Yes, we
Yeah,
we
I
did.
doubt they're ever going to bring back Paul.
I honestly would like to see Paul come back, but if it was an all vet season,
Yeah, I think that's the only situation in which he can be brought back.
yeah, I think next season or maybe the season after, I think they need an all-star season or at least some gimmick to bring back a lot of the players because we got a good season with all returners, or all not all returners, all newbies, and we've had seasons where it's failed in the past because they only bring in 4 or just one vet, which is kind of obvious. It's made to fail because they know that they're going to go far. That's why I like Big Brother 14 because the vets really Dan, but besides
Dan.
Dan, Dan was the only one that was made it pretty far, really. But all the
Yeah,
other
and we had
ones,
Dan's funeral, and he had deals with everyone. He didn't win
exactly.
because he got the jury a bit bitter with him, but he played hard.
Oh, exactly. And that's what you want in a perfect like vet season. You want to have someone like Boogie who played great, won a season, but then came back again, and then he his strategy was overtaken by the newbies because they knew about him. They didn't just follow him like with Paul or like even Dan. People didn't just follow Dan. Dan was the underdog for a lot of the season, which was surprising.
Yeah, Frank
But
wanted him gone many times and missed
yes,
opportunities.
but he did it. So that's what they need next season. They need a season. They need to get a good mixture of like a Johnny Mac or like Zach Rance, um,
Back attack.
someone like Zach Attack, yeah. And but they also need like those good vets too, that strategic vets. They need they need an all-star season. I really want an all-star season.
Yeah, maybe there will be a twist in Celebrity Big Brother in January.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe they'll
excited for that
bring
too.
back Fats from last season of Celebrity Big Brother.
They bring back what's his name? Um
Ross, James,
no, uh
Mark,
uh no, the basketball player.
Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace, yeah, bring him back. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I
I
doubt
mean,
he'd say yes, but
oh yeah, he hated it, but he was the most entertaining part on my,
yeah,
I believe.
he didn't care for the game and asked to be put on the block by Omarosa, but he was so funny.
Yes. Next season we need Winston, Aaron from BB15, and the guy who threatened someone with a knife in BB2. Oh, well, who was his
Justin.
name? Yeah,
Justin.
Justin. That would be the worst combination ever. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
how do you think Justin's doing?
I have no clue how
He
Justin's
could be in
doing.
jail right now for all we know.
He should be. He was crazy. He
Yeah,
was so
17, it's been 17 years.
yeah, and well, in Big Brother too, he was like such an oddball out of everyone else. He was just crazy, and everyone else was just like normal people. So, but he did leave. He got booted
Yeah.
out.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, this was very fun.
Okay, glad. Hopefully I'll be able to save this podcast on my YouTube channel.
Yes, that would be
Yeah,
good.
I'll see what options appear after I click stop broadcast.
Okay.
This was very fun.
Yes, thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank
Do
you,
we have any
Joel.
questions in the chat?
Any final questions before we go?
Yeah. We'll give you about 30 seconds.
Yeah. We have 4 people watching. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was prepared for like 1 or 2 at the most, and I'm glad we had some loyal listeners.
Yes, Joel has been here the whole time, so thank you, Joel.
Yep. Yeah, Joel, if you ever want to talk about Big Brother, Survivor, even Hell's Kitchen, like feel free to ask me. I'm
we
down
can
for it.
bring you on here sometime.
Yeah, the 3 of us can talk.
Yeah, for sure.
We can make this a series.
That'd be cool. I think especially once maybe Celebrity Big Brother starts and next season, it'll be easier. We'll have more to talk about each week.
Yeah.
How many ham was Fessy eat? That is not English.
How many pieces of ham did he eat?
I think that's what he's trying to ask. But
It was a lot. He got a lot of packages of ham, and he did puke at one point.
Yes, so to subtract the vomit. Yeah, so it was fun. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Reid, for talking with me.
Yeah, thank you for setting this up.
Okay, and I'll see you on Monday then.
Yeah, for sure. How do I turn this off?
All right.
Okay.